I could go through my life never having sex again. That's the way I feel. I just don't have the hormones that make me want to have sex, I guess. I'm in a relationship with a man who teaches at my school. He teaches science, I teach science. We drive in the morning, we do the crossword puzzle. He's a life companion for me. And, but sexually, I just don't want to have sex anymore. We started out having sex, but I guess I've gone through menopause now, so I really don't miss it. We'll talk about it every once in a while, like maybe every couple weeks we'll refer to the fact that we're not having sex. And I went to a doctor to try and find out, you know, is it me, you know? So, and he encourages that. You know, I like him and we're good companions, so I would like to want to have sex, but so sometimes I will initiate. And then if we do have sex, you know, I enjoy it. It's okay. But I could take it or leave it, really.
There's a whole network of people who submit their homemade love videos, and you can watch them. Now, we've never submitted any, but you know, from time to time, Jane and I will look at those, and then we'll go upstairs and make love. I think that when you're younger, you tend to take these things very seriously and hope that somehow it will be a real profound form of communication and expression. But now it's more like a brute act of release. It puts me in a better mood, and I think it also puts my wife in a better mood. So we work it into our daily routine. Jane and I make love probably 3 or 4 times a week. Our sex life has been very consistent, whereas our, you know, how we're getting along has been like this. I don't see the correlation. Sex has been like this, and we're getting along like this.
I think about menopause sometimes. I worry sometimes. I mean, what could it be like to be in a new relationship and having a hot flash, you know, or the night sweats that you hear about. So I would like to get settled with someone before that starts to happen. I'm single, always have been, as in not married. I just never, until recently, got this thing about picking somebody and staying with them forever. I always knew that I couldn't. I mean, even when I was madly in love with someone, and I just couldn't look down the road 15 years and still see him. You know, it would sort of get very blurred in my eyes. You know, to death to us part is not so long now, you know, now that I'm so much older. I have a lot of single girlfriends who never date. So they're always like, oh my God, who are you going out with now? Eleanor's always meeting someone. But there's a part of me where I used to think that that was really kind of fun and cool. I'm a little bit embarrassed about it now. There's something about this, you know, this whole stereotype of a, you know, desperate older woman looking for sex wherever she can find it that I hate. So I'm sure somewhere in the back of my mind it's lurking, like, am I looking like that?
I don't understand sexual jealousy, really. I mean, what is there to be jealous of, that somebody's penis goes into somebody's vagina? I mean, what? I must say that in my age group, I think it's rare to find a man or a woman who hasn't, let's put it this way, ventured outside of the boundaries of marriage. Robert and I really operate very much, and have for 22 years, very happily, as 2 independent people. There's a lot that I don't think, under any circumstances, I would ever know about him. There are always things that are surprising. Robert and I went through a period, which I think can happen with independent people, of exploring outside relationships, but it was extra. It was like eating something extra, you know, along with your meal, rather than, you know, rather than just having the meal. Our arrangement was that anything the other person asked, we would say. But we also felt that, you know, it wasn't really appropriate to ask all so much. I think I had like a 3-day period when something got a little complicated, and all I wanted was for him to make a decision. You know, that was all I wanted, because I don't think anybody likes being betwixt and between. I just wanted to know where I stood. But it went away very quickly because it was easy for him to make that decision.
You know, the concept of only sleeping with one person is sometimes difficult to think about. Attractions happen. Doesn't monogamy feel unnatural? As a guy, I think it probably does. I mean, I think we're probably hardwired that way. I notice women, and though I don't choose to act on it, I certainly fantasize about, you know, what would she look like with no clothes on? I feel very committed in my marriage, and I don't want to risk that. This is the relationship I want to grow old in.